Okay, what if I told you that one of the funniest, most revolutionary novels you'll ever read is this massive 900-page book from way back in 1749? It sounds kind of crazy, right? But today we're diving into Henry Fielding's The History of Tom Jones, a book that seriously just blew up the rules for what a story could even be.
Right from page one, Fielding lays it all out for us. He's basically saying, look, I'm not just a storyteller, I'm a chef. And the main course he's serving up, human nature. But he's not giving us some neat, tidy, pretty version of it. No. He says he's gonna hash and ragu it, which means we're getting the whole messy, complicated, spicy dish. He's promising us a look at people as they really are, warts and all. And believe me, that wasn't just him being clever. You gotta remember, back then, most novels were either these really simple adventure tales or super preachy love stories. Fielding was doing something totally different. He was cooking up a brand new recipe for storytelling itself. He actually wanted to cram all the chaos and complexity of real life into a book. And to do that, he built this entire epic novel around one single huge question. What does it really mean to be a good person? I mean, think about it. Is it about, ticking all the right boxes, following all the rules, having this perfect reputation? Or is it something deeper, something about what's actually in your heart? This one question is what drives the whole entire story. So how does Fielding tackle this big question? Well, he gives us two characters who are complete and total opposites. On one side, you've got our hero, Tom Jones. He's a foundling, basically an orphan with no idea who his parents are. And then you've got his rival, Master Bliffle. He's the perfect heir, the guy who, on the surface, does everything right. And just look at how the world sees them. Tom is, well, he's a mess. He's always getting into fights, having affairs. You get the picture. But despite all that, people just can't help but call him a jolly dog and an honest fellow. Then there's Bliffle. He behaves perfectly, but everyone for some reason just calls him a sneaking rascal. Right away, Fielding is showing us this huge disconnect between how someone appears and who they really are. And this scene just sums up Blifil perfectly. Tom tries to apologize to make things right, and Blifil hits him with this incredibly cruel, holier-than-thou insult. You see what's happening? He's acting like a good person. He's performing virtue, but there's nothing behind it. It's all just cold, calculated words. He knows how to sound good, but he doesn't actually feel anything good. Now, of course, these characters aren't just floating in space. Fielding throws them right into the middle of 18th century England, which was, a pretty chaotic and flawed place. And it's the perfect playground for his wit. He uses satire, which is just a fancy word for using humor and exaggeration to point out how ridiculous people can be. And with Fielding, nobody is safe. Not the rich, not the poor, nobody. I mean, just take a look at Squire Western. This guy is something else. He's loud, he's vulgar, and his only two interests in life are hunting and drinking. The way he talks is just this amazing mix of pure bluster and completely over-the-top threats. He is Fielding's perfect caricature of those country gentlemen who, let's be honest, probably cared more about their hunting dogs than about their own families. And the satire just gets dialed up to 11 in scenes like the legendary churchyard brawl. This is absolute genius. He takes what is basically a messy village fistfight and describes it like it's an epic battle from the Iliad. People are getting knocked out with thigh bones, and Amazonian heroin is taking people down. It's this hilarious, chaotic free-for-all among the tombstones. It is pure comedy, and it's brilliant at showing just how absurd people can be. Okay, but here's the real secret ingredient. The thing that makes this book feel so incredibly modern. It's the narrator. Because the narrator is Fielding himself. He is constantly jumping into the story, breaking the fourth wall, and talking directly to you, the reader. This was totally revolutionary stuff. He's building this personal relationship with you that just wasn't done back then. The official term for this is the intrusive narrator, and that's exactly what he does. He intrudes. He doesn't just tell you the story. He'll hit pause to give you his opinion on something, or to crack a joke, or even to apologize for a chapter being too long. He's like your personal guide through the whole thing, witty, charming, and making sure you're right there with him, in on the joke. So he'll just stop the story cold and say something like, hey, listen, I really hope you're not misunderstanding what I'm trying to say here. He's literally managing your expectations and your interpretation of the story as you go. He's not talking down to you, he's treating you like a friend, like a smart companion along for the ride. And get this, he even gives us a peek behind the curtain at his own writing process. He'll say something like, I can't write about someone being sad unless I'm feeling that sadness myself.
It's this incredibly personal moment, right? He's breaking down that wall between the writer, the book, and the reader. Suddenly, the act of creating the story is part of the story too.
So, after all the chaos, the fistfights, the love stories, the jokes, and all the little chats with the author, where do we land? We come all the way back to that first big question. What is Fielding's final answer? What really makes a person good? And here it is. This is the core message of the whole entire book. True wisdom isn't about being some perfect saint who avoids all of life's pleasures. It's about acceptance. And I love this analogy he uses. The best people are like the finest china. They can still have a flaw. The point isn't to be perfect. That's not the goal at all. So here's the bottom line. This is the big takeaway. For Fielding, a good heart is always better than perfect behavior. That's why Tom Jones, who messes up constantly, is our hero. Because deep down his heart is good. And that's why Blifil, who looks perfect on the outside, is the villain. Because his heart is just cold. In the end, it's what's inside that counts. Your kindness, your intentions, not your perfect track record. And that leaves us with a really fascinating question, doesn't it? Especially for today, we live in a world of social media, of digital footprints, where every single mistake we make can be screenshotted and judged forever. So, is Fielding's idea that a good heart is what matters most, is that something we can even afford to believe in anymore? Can a good heart still win when our public records are permanent and never, ever perfect? It's a question from almost 300 years ago that feels like it could have been written yesterday.